I'd make a joke, but. Good evening and welcome to the Municipality of South Dundas' council meeting for Wednesday, October 23rd, 2024. Council team, council staff, media, guests, thanks for joining us online. We'll get going with item number one. We'll call the meeting to order. I have a motion. Let it resolve that the October 23rd council meeting of the Municipality of South Dundas be opened at 6 p.m. Moved by Councillor Vino, seconded by Councillor Ward. All in favor? Carried. Second item, confirmation of agenda. Are there any omissions, amendments, deletions? Seeing none, I have a motion to let it resolve that the Council of the Municipality of South Dundas approve the agenda as presented. Moved by Councillor Smith, seconded by Deputy Mayor St. Pierre. All in favor? Carried. Item number 3, are there any disclosure of pecuniary interest in the general nature thereof? Seeing none. Number 4, adoption of minutes. I have a motion, let it resolve that the minutes of the following meeting be adopted as presented, the October 9th, 2024 regular meeting. Moved by Councillor Smith, seconded by Councillor Vino. All in favor? Carried. Okay, getting right into action requests. Under 5A, ES 2024-13, reappointment of drainage assessment for the Doran Creek Municipal Drain due to a severance of land. Infrastructure Coordinator Chris St. Thomas is with us.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you, and through you, Mr. Mayor. So due to a severance of land, there's a reapportionment of the drainage assessment that is needed. So attached is the old assessment, the new assessment, and the signed contract with the landowner. Any questions?
Any questions or follow-ups? Okay, seeing none on ES 2024-13, I have a motion. The Council of South Dundas received the report for the reappointment of drainage assessment for the Doran Creek due to a severance of land, and that Council of South Dundas approved the reappointment of the drainage assessment agreement for the Doran Creek Municipal Drain as part of the consent application B6424. Moved by Councillor Vino, seconded by Councillor Ward. All in favor? Carried. Okay, action item 5B, ES 2024-14, McMillan Municipal Drain Maintenance Award Tender. Chris St. Thomas.
Thank you very much. So what we have here is the results from the tender for the maintenance on the McMillan Municipal Drain. So we're asking that council accept this report and that we can sign a contract with the contractor. I will note a few things. As you can see in the chart there does show some provisional costs. That is for one provisional item. There is up to 8 provisional items, and they are culvert changes depending on the condition of them when we do get there.
Okay.
Any questions?
Questions or comments? I know Deputy Mayor St. Pierre.
Yeah, thank you. Through you, Mayor Broad. No, I don't have a lot of questions in terms of, when I first saw the report, there was quite a bit of a spread there. But just on the provisional items, you and I talked about a little bit earlier. So just go through the provisional item again, and how much of that do you think we will spend? Provisional is usually provisional case, but I think you've got some costs there that we know we probably will spend, right?
Yeah, so there's up to 8 culverts that could be changed on that section of drain. So the provisional is the cost of one culvert. It's an hourly rate plus a per ton of riprap for stabilization. So it shows as about $4,600 in change for each provisional. Once we add in approximately 10 ton of gravel, 3-4 hours worth of time, it'll end up being about $5,500 per culvert. Yeah. And the reason we did a provisional is some landowners have 3 crossings on one field that if they don't want all 3, we'll probably end up removing them. We're going to leave it up to the landowners basically. And also the cost of each culvert is not billed to the whole drain. It's only billed to the landowner whose property that it's on.
Okay, thank you very much for confirming that and clarifying that.
Councillor Ward.
Through you, Mayor, to Chris, how many kilometers of drain is?
About 6.
Just 6.
just under 6,000 meters, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Okay. Seeing none, I have a motion that council accept report ES 24-14 to award the McMillan Municipal Drain Maintenance to Thurler Logistics in the amount of $25,245.75 plus HST, and that the clerk and infrastructure service coordinator be authorized to execute the contract. Moved by Councillor Ward, seconded by Councillor Vino. All in favor? Carried. Thank you, Mr. St. Thomas. We do have one of the landowners here. Do you have a question, Mr. Gardner?
Yes, so how much is the contract awarded for then?
It was $25,245.
Sorry, through you, Mr. Mayor. So the cost of the maintenance itself, Dave, was 20,000 and change. And each provisional item, which is a culvert, is approximately 5,500. And there could be up to 8 of them changed on that whole project. But the cost of the culvert is only billed to the property that we're working on. It's not billed to the whole drain. Correct, yes. So the only portion that should be billed to the full assessment would be the $20,000 and change.
So this third logistics, where they local?
Yes, they are, yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
just ask, sorry, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Moving to 6A, 2024 under bylaws, 2024-75, stop up on closed road allowance on Billings Avenue. Clerk LeBrun.
Thank you, Mayor Broad. I'm happy to skip Mr. Jansen and his
Oh, geez, I'm
municipal
so
tree
sorry.
planting,
Oh,
if you
man.
want to put
I
me
got
first.
It's funny too, because I do have the piece of papers. I apologize. 5C, PF 2024-17.
We were good with it.
Yeah, exactly. Municipal Tree Planting Partnership Funding Opportunity. Director of Parks, Recreation, and Facilities, Director Jansen. Go ahead, David. Apologies.
Thank you, Mayor, maybe? Maybe? So to council tonight, this is a quick little report here tonight, mostly looking for the resolution of support for this grant application. So it's being led by South Nation Conservation, who's put the offer out to everybody, every municipality within their catchment. And it's basically, they're going to run it as, they're going to do the entire grant application, then they're going to run it as a dollar for dollar program. So I took a little bit of what we're already going to be spending on tree replacement, and basically I'm looking to pump that up with a little bit of their dollar for dollar funding, should they be successful. But part of their grant application is a council resolution for support. If you have any questions about it, I'm happy to answer them.
Questions, comments? Would we like to pass the resolution? I have one here. Okay. I have a motion that the Corporation Municipality of South Dundas has an interest in increasing urban tree canopy within the municipality, and that the South Nation River Conservation Authority is applying for funding opportunity from the Federation of Canadian Municipalities Growing Canada's Community Canopies Initiative for improving tree canopies in Eastern Ontario, a municipal tree planting partnership. Be resolved that the Council of the Municipality of South Dundas approves partnering with the South Nation River Conservation Authority on the funding submission to Growing Canada's Canopies, and if approved, will contribute $2,500 a year towards the initiative for 2025, 2026, 2027. Council of the Corporation Municipality also recognizes that the lifetime contribution from the Growing Canopy Initiative will not exceed $10 million for tree planting with our municipality, exclusive of maximum contribution of $1 million for infrastructure activities, and that approved the project will be counted towards that limit. Moved by Councilor Vino, seconded by Councilor Ward. All in favor? Carried. Okay, now we can move to 6A, Clerk Run, 2024, stop up and closure road allowance.
Thank you, Mayor Broad, and through you to council. The report and bylaw before you this evening is a stop up and close of a portion of a road allowance, also referred to as Billings Avenue West in Iroquois. Valcraft Homes submitted a completed subdivision application that was completed by SD&G on December 20th, 2023. And a public meeting was held on February 14th of this year for the subdivision application and associated zoning amendments took place. And SD&G issued a draft plan approval for 299 residential unit subdivision in March of this year. So for Valcraft to apply for absolute title and to carry out utility connections and construction of the lands to the subdivision, Valcraft submitted a request and a draft agreement of purchase and sale for the associated portions of undeveloped roadway belonging to South Dundas. Additionally, due to the turning radius of Billings Avenue West, additional land surplus to the needs of the roadway should be transferred to existing landowners at a later date. At the meeting in July of this year, council authorized staff to start the necessary process for the stop up and close of this portion of the undeveloped roadway. And Valcraft has prepared a draft survey to identify all the lands for future transfer. The final survey has been completed and deposited, and the necessary bylaw for its closure is before you tonight for approval. Happy to answer any questions if I can.
Questions, comments? Seeing none, I have a motion that bylaw 2024-75, being a bylaw to stop up and close and dispose of a portion of road allowance, be read and passed in open council, signed and sealed. Moved by Councilor Vino, seconded by Deputy Mayor St. Pierre. All in favor? Carried. Okay, 6B, 2024-76, lease extension of 5th Street West, Provincial Courts. Director Jansen.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So in front of you tonight, council, is a bylaw to execute the 4th lease extension for the provincial courts. So they rent about a third of the Justice Building here in Mooresburg. There isn't much of a modification in the extension other than us trying to get as much money out of them as we can. So we're going up to a 2% increase every single year over the next term of the lease. Outside of that, any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Any comments, questions? Very good. Thank you for continue to work, and that building is fully leased pretty much so at this point, so that's excellent. Keep our properties leased. So I have a motion that the Council of South Dundas approve bylaw 2024-76, being a bylaw to enter into a lease extension and amending agreement with His Majesty the King in right of Ontario as represented by the Ministry of Government and Infrastructure, Ontario, being read, passed, signed, and sealed in open council. Moved by Councilor Ward, seconded by, bless you, Councilor Smith. All in favor? Carried. All right, boards and committees. I think there was a South Nation Conservation meeting, October 17th. Councilor Smith.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor Broad. Just a few of the highlights. Trail maintenance happening at Robert Graham Forest, which we don't really talk that much about Robert Graham, but they've been in there this fall doing some trail maintenance there. One of the things that they're trying to do at all their conservation areas is with the increase in the tick population that we have in Eastern Ontario, is that all the vegetation that's within about a meter of every trail, they're trying to cut vegetation back at least a meter. So a tick can jump from up to a meter onto, they're looking for warm bodies. So they're trying to get the vegetation cut back at every conservation area that the public travels through a meter away. That's the goal. So they've been doing that. Also, black ash tree assessment. So black ash trees are now on the endangered species list along with butternuts. So they're, anytime that we're doing any sort of development, that I guess is going to be the next one that we have to pay attention to. They've already did some for South Stormont. South Stormont acquired some new land, and they had to go in and do an assessment down their way. So anything that we do, now moving forward in our area, that's gonna have to be done as well. They're working on digitizing the municipal drain infrastructure for all over their watershed area. So whenever it's completed, any landowner, interested party, whoever, is going to be able to go on to their mapping portal, click on any municipal drain, and they can find out the like all the legal descriptions of the drain, the year of the last time there'd been maintenance on it, what type of maintenance was done, like whether it was a full clean out, a partial, or whatever. So that's going to be coming. They're working on that in the next couple of years. Completed some work at the Chesterville Dam. There was some work that had to be done there. The ministry or MMRF had from 2022 frozen their fees that they could for a fee increase, and that's expiring December 31st this year. So anytime that say for next year for the tree planting and stuff like that, we're going to be going in, I guess, with probably about a 3% increase on fees and stuff like that. And that was about it. Wetland restoration. They're going to be doing in some of the low-lying areas at Two Creeks Conservation Area. We're going to be doing a couple of wetlands. So they got some funding through Ducks Unlimited to dig a couple wetlands up there. So that's going to be coming probably maybe this winter, depending on the winter. They like to do it in the winter. It's all frozen. They can get in. They're not in the mud. So that's the idea. Try and construct one or two this winter. So that's hopefully going to be coming next year.
Yeah, that's great. There's been quite a bit of activity at the Two Creeks this year, and some upgrades. So I'm looking forward to doing some hiking. Deputy Mayor?
Yeah, thank you, Mayor Broad. Just on the, you said about the municipal drains and the ownership and whatnot, and I'm assume I would hope they would do this, but it'd be nice for them to coordinate with the county's GIS system, because they've got a pretty comprehensive system of the boundaries, zoning, wetlands, all of that good stuff. So it'd be nice if they could get that kind of coordinated on both systems, so anybody can look up either through conservation or the county system to find that information. So anyways, just bring that forward. That'd be great.
And county council meeting Monday, Deputy Mayor.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor Broad. Yeah, we had our county council meeting. It was a pretty good one this week. Not a lot of topics, but there are three particular topics that we want to, or I want to share with you. One of them is a report that came from Ben DeHaan on bicycle lanes on our county road system. Two items, as we know, we've been involved through our economic and development committee and working with the waterfront trails of trying to re-recognize actually through signage and paint markings where our waterfront trail comes and goes throughout our villages and through the county road system. So one of the things that we want to, and we're proposing to bring forward, or hopefully the counties will get on board with, is to kind of come up with a standardization from, boundary to boundary to boundary on if we do promote cycle lanes on our county roads, that at least we're consistent with the type of paint markings and the type of signage. And it's obviously it's for a safety factor. I mean, it's not, and I know with the provincial right now, that seems to be their hot topic of taking away bike lanes for travel lanes, and that's not quite what we're talking about. We just want to have some safety zones and enhance the awareness of where where the trail is and where bike lanes are. And unfortunately, in light of the tragedy that happened with South Stormont, I think that's another reason to move ahead with this. So we had a discussion at the county level. There was some pushback from some councillors saying, well, they think that it maybe should just be on a local basis versus a county basis. But I think we all agreed that we're going to continue discussions, hopefully come up with a framework of what the standards should look like, and then hopefully come up with what maybe the counties could fund through their transportation department and what municipalities should fund as well. So that's going to be ongoing discussions as we move forward. And so Stormont then is still going to continue doing their reports and analysis of what they feel needs to for safe crossings and whatnot. So that was one topic. Second topic we talked about, we got a committee of the whole meeting, Mayor Broad on, and I'm just bringing this up, November 18th, and this is really to talk about what they call ribbon development on our county roads, where, you know, we've got, we're very limited on the amount of houses that can be built on county roads, and it really becomes an issue of driveway locations from one driveway to the other, and also speed zones. So as you notice, in some of our hamlets, they've adjusted the speed zone to kind of have transitional speed zones where it'll go from 70 to 60 to 50. And in areas like that, it gives an opportunity for us to actually have development or have houses that's directly linked to the county roads. There's been some counselors at the county level, Mayor McGillis, myself, and others saying, you know, we need housing, we need to promote housing, what are ways that we can get more housing involved? And we're not always lucky to be like North Dundas and Hallville, where they can develop subdivisions, or Dutch Meadows where they can develop subdivisions, or Velcrop where they can develop subdivisions off of the main road. Right? Sometimes you just need that ribbon development to occur on our county roads. So anyways, we're gonna have a discussion about that in November, so we'll see what comes out with that. And then the big one, and I'm just gonna go to the page on this one. There is, through the municipal police bureau, we've been notified that the OPP is gonna have a significant increase in fees coming in 2025 to a tone of 13.2%. And we kind of had a brief discussion on that. There's been some questions about, you know, how are they coming up with this figure of 13.1%, 13.19%? Is it, you know, and there is documentation that suggests it is kind of call volume, it's overtime. But, you know, we've been asking some questions, and the unfortunate part about it is, as Warden McDonald said, the board basically gets told what the increases are, and that's it. There's no discussion about it at all. So I think we need to circle back. I think we need to have more fruitful discussion with with our representatives and try to nail down exactly why we're going to be seeing such increases. And we got to keep in mind too that this increase also includes a 2023 adjustment from budget to actual, as we do. They actually increased, based on actuals, an increase of $700,000 in 2023. So what they've done is they carried the same budget, basically the same budget for 2023 to 2024. So we probably will get hit with another $700,000 or $800,000 adjustment at the end of 2024, right? So we need to continue having the discussions with our representatives that's on the board, and, you know, try to get more information, try to get information like the meeting minutes and documentation from the board. So anyways, that was a big topic of discussion. There was a suggestion or an ask if maybe it was time to reach out to the City of Cornwall Police. And apparently that was discussed at the board level, and it was a no. So anyways, I know it's not great news on the percentage increases, but we'll just keep asking the questions and hopefully get the rationale on why we're gonna see it.
Yeah, just to put it in the context, the budget amount was 9.9 million, now we're going over 12 million, so that's the impact. So that's a significant impact
Yeah, thank you.
you captured the percentage, want to make sure we kind of capture the
absolutely.
dollar amount.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
That's a significant increase in taxes collected at the county level, and we know as well as there will be increases long-term care home. As we know, last year, we're moving towards 4 hours of care. That means the lodge, when stored on lodge, will have increases in wages. So we're going to be seeing probably some budget impacts from the lodge as well. So 2 significant increases at the county level without any OPP change of service, paying more for a similar level of service. So Right, yeah, it's not like, we're not gonna pay more to get more, we're gonna be paying more to keep the same, you know. Any other board or committee members to report, committees to report on? Okay, consent agenda, we had 3 items. 8A, information, the Social Development Council of Cornwall and Area Wellbeing Report Card. B, information billing stats September 2024. And 8C, Quarter 3 variance reports from Treasury. I have a motion that all items under the consent agenda be adopted as presented. Moved by Councillor Smith, seconded by Councillor Ward. All in favor? Carried. Okay, discussion items. 9A, commercial payments in lieu. Treasurer Stewart.
Thank you, through you, Mayor Broad. There are properties within the municipality that are classified as payment in lieu. And I guess further coding to that, they can either be retained or shared. Now, retained is the school board portion that is allotted to the municipality. If it's shared, the revenue goes to the school boards, distributed to the 4 school boards. Properties that we had some properties that were assessed as XP, which is commercial, new construction commercial pay in lieu. MPAC has now changed that as of 2023 to CP, commercial payment in lieu. Whenever, we hadn't used CP in many years. So when it was originally set up in our accounting system, it was set up as retained. So whenever that change was made, we basically just upload the information into our system, it calculates it, and we distribute accordingly. We later found out, so it was set, I think I said it was set up as retained. We later found out that CP is actually shared, but that was only after we've already retained 2023 and now 2024, obviously. So we are, because of that, obviously required to share the school board portion, which works out to be, I believe, 84,000. So yes, 84,312. There was 43,434 from 2023. And then the difference from 2024, which is the total, as I said, 24,312. So I guess wanted council to be informed that that has occurred. You know, there's an impact on the budget, and we will have to forward those funds to the school boards. Are there any questions?
Very good. I guess part of the 2023, we had excess,
Yes,
so we
we had
moved
a
some
surplus.
reserves, so that kind of covers the 2023 part, and the 2024 will be in our new budget items. Any questions at this point? Oh, well, thank you, Treasurer Stewart. Thank you for finding it now and not going many years before finding it, I guess, is the benefit of finding it now. Very good. All right. A shorter agenda tonight than typically we might see, but we are moving into November, a lot of bylaws and budget time, so we'll expect some longer agendas forthcoming. So I have a motion that bylaw number 2027, being a bylaw to adopt, confirm, and ratify matters dealt with resolution, be read, passed, and open council, signed and sealed. Oh, sorry, Clerk LeBrun.
Sorry, Mayor Broad.
Oh.
Do you think we could just go to notices of
Yeah,
motions
don't
first,
motion, I
please?
apologize. Number 10.
He has been away for a couple of weeks, enjoying. Well deserved.
10, notice of motion. Councilor Ward.
Thanks, Mayor Brad. So I'm just looking for staff to bring back a policy regarding surplus goods and how we deal with them as a municipality. I did have a chat with the CAO about this, so he kind of knows what I think I'm looking for. But of course, council input would be great too, if we could just have something come back to us about how we deal with our items in surplus and then how we would dispose of those items or otherwise from here on out. Be great, thanks.
Thank you, Councilor Ward. Any other notices of motions? Seeing none, we'll move to the ratification bylaw, 2024-77, being a bylaw to adopt, confirm, ratify matters dealt with resolution, be read and passed in open council, signed and sealed. Councilor Ward, seconded by Deputy Mayor St. Pierre. All in favor? Carried. And a motion to now adjourn the meeting to meet again at the call of the chair. Moved by Councilor Vino, seconded by Councilor Ward. All in favor? Carried. So as we bring a close our meeting for Wednesday, October 23rd, some great fire training activities have gone on within our fire services, which has been good to see, but we also have two kind of events. One is our gala on Friday night, where we're recognizing businesses and volunteers, so hopefully anybody that's interested, still have to get tickets available. We'll be there issuing those awards, and then Saturday night is the Warden's Banquet, celebrating the Warden as we move into a new term of the Warden. So with that being said,